These are the supplements that I currently take that helps me get from this, fat, sloppy, and just generally unhealthy, to this, less fat, less unhealthy, less sloppy, and more aesthetic. Number one on the list is creatine. There's a lot of scientific evidence that taking creatine regularly helps you improve muscle growth, and also it makes you perform better, aka you're stronger. In one of the studies, one of the participants had a 43% increase to his bench press max from taking creatine compared to the placebo. And that's fucking crazy. Like, just to give you an idea of how crazy that is, if you bench 135 pounds, then a 43% increase would be 195. Obviously, this was probably over time with like a training regimen. It's not just like the dude, like creatine touched this guy's tongue and he immediately like grew like pecs. But that's still such a crazy increase compared to, how fast people normally progress. Creatine also improves the size of your muscles because it draws water into the muscle cells, and that helps them have like a fuller look. And creatine also improves brain function too, which is like a nice added bonus. So because of all these benefits, it's definitely a no-brainer. Everyone should take creatine. It's just such like a good supplement to take. Plus, even ChatGPT says it's good. Like, look at all these benefits. And just to give you an idea of how cracked and how good creatine is, when I was solo traveling in Budapest, I was in a hostel and I met this Frenchman who was solo backpacking all around Europe. And for those of you that don't know, when you backpack, you only have like one huge backpack and like a few smaller packs to carry like everything you need for like a whole month's worth. And so you only pack like the real essentials, so like a few pairs of socks, a few pairs of underwear, like your toothbrush, etc., right? Like only the things that you need to like actually like live life. And this man brought creatine with him. So be like this inspirational Frenchman and take creatine. Number two is magnesium. Doctors even say that this is one of the most like missing nutrients in a person's diet, even if they eat like a nice, healthy, balanced diet, because it's pretty tough to get like a sufficient amount of magnesium from just your diet. And so that's kind of like the base like definition of why you would want to supplement something anyways, because you can't get enough of it in your diet. And so I would definitely recommend supplementing magnesium. There's also lots of like TikTok like vlog girlies like, oh my god, like supplementing magnesium like changed my life, like there's so many benefits, and like once I took magnesium, like all my problems were solved, etc., etc. So it's probably definitely something worth looking into. I remember reading somewhere that magnesium is a part of over 200 chemical processes within your body, but basically it helps with so many bodily functions and like just making them work better, which in turn will help you build a more aesthetic physique. For example, magnesium helps you sleep better, and so that in turn will help you recover better and also build muscle faster, and you'll be able to train more because you can recover better. Magnesium also helps with muscle function and also nerve function, and these two benefits combined will help you train better and train more intensely in the gym, which in turn will help you have more progress in the gym. It also helps with general health things like energy production and bone health, and it even reduces like anxiety and depression. One, which is crazy that a supplement alone can do that, but two, this also will help you build a more aesthetic physique. And improving your mental health means that you'll be actually more consistent in going to the gym and staying consistent with your workouts, as well as staying consistent with eating a healthy whole foods diet and like getting enough protein, etc. And basically just staying consistent with whatever habits will help you get a more aesthetic physique. To be completely honest, I'm not sure if I personally feel physically different after taking magnesium for a while, but there's so many reported benefits and studies and like even like a lot of anecdotal evidence and whatnot that it does a bunch of good shit. So I basically just like throw it in there for good measure. Next on the list is kind of a weird one, but it's definitely a good one, and that's good quality grass-fed beef liver. Beef liver is nature's multivitamin for sure, and it's one of the most nutrient-dense foods that exists. And it's also extremely bioavailable, meaning that your body can actually absorb and use a huge amount of nutrients that beef liver has. So like if you start eating beef liver, your nutrient ROI is just gonna be like completely on the come up. Like literally every time I eat beef liver, I feel like Popeye eating spinach, but like with beef liver instead. The reason I'm calling it a supplement instead of a food is because you only need to eat like half an ounce a day to get like the max benefits from beef liver. And I personally think that it tastes kind of nasty, so I kind of just like down it as fast as I can and as quickly as I can to get it over with. And for those reasons, I view it as more of a supplement than a food. So here's how I usually eat and prepare it. I usually go to Whole Foods, that's where I get my beef liver from, and I buy a pound of the grass-fed, grass-finished beef liver because that's the best quality. And it's usually in the freezer section, so it's frozen. And then I take it home and I split it up into like pretty much 30 pieces. So that's like my whole amount of beef liver for the month. And then I just put them in little plastic baggies and just freeze them. And then so every day I take like a small piece of that beef liver out. I thaw it out for like a few, like maybe 10-15 minutes, so it's like easier to like chew. And it's not like a complete like ice block, like rock. And because I really hate the taste of beef liver, I kind of like pre-chase it with honey and like put honey all over it. And then I put it in my mouth and like hold my breath as I chew. And then I like chew, try to get it down as fast as possible, swallow it. And then still holding my breath, I immediately like I get some kimchi and I eat the kimchi because kimchi is pretty strong and pungent, and it'll cover the taste of the beef liver. Whole time I'm still holding my breath, so I don't taste anything, and I eat the kimchi as well. And then I finally like exhale, and like all I taste is really the kimchi. And so this works out really well for me because I get to eat the beef liver and basically not taste it. I only taste like a little bit of the honey and some of the kimchi as well. And I also get to eat like raw honey and kimchi, which are also foods that are really good for you. And I do eat the beef liver raw, and like, yeah, that's like kind of disgusting to be honest with you. But like, in my opinion, beef liver is kind of disgusting whether it's raw or cooked. And raw is just like a lot easier to prepare and just like eat. And again, I don't taste it, and it should be pretty safe to eat it raw as long as you get like a good quality, like 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef liver. But this is not medical advice, so don't like sue me if you eat raw beef liver and then you get sick or some shit like that. But you probably won't. Like, I've been doing this for like probably almost a whole year now, and I'm fine, I'm alive. It's pretty cheap too. I only go through about a pound a month, and it's about like $10 per pound at Whole Foods, and this is like the best quality grass-finished, grass-fed beef liver. And so for only $10 a month, beef liver probably has like the highest benefit to cost ratio out of like anything on this list, to be completely honest with you. So definitely invest. Next up is vitamin D3. So your body can actually naturally produce vitamin D3 if you're in the sun long enough, which is about like an hour. But most people aren't actually like outside in the sun for an hour every day. And so as a result, supplementing with vitamin D3 is a pretty good idea. It helps with a lot of basic bodily functions like mood, mental well-being, immune health, bone health, etc. And again, improving your mood and mental health will help you have a better physique and have a more aesthetic body, just because again, like if you have a better mental health, you'll be more consistent in the good habits that will build you an aesthetic physique. Number 4 on the list is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is so good because it makes your pee-pee bigger. Next up on the list is tonka ali. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, we'll group tonka ali and ashwagandha together because the benefits are like pretty similar, to be honest. Like, I'm sure there's some like scientific difference in how like the benefits are different, but like for the purposes of like me and probably you as well, like they pretty much do the same thing. And that thing is boosting your testosterone and also decreasing your stress and anxiety. Boosting testosterone is actually really effective, and this is actually super important, so listen up. Having good hormonal health and optimizing your hormones is a cheat code to having an aesthetic physique, because your hormones literally control your muscle mass and your fat distribution. So if two guys, one with lower testosterone and one with higher testosterone, are compared, and literally everything else is the same, like height, weight, training program, diet, etc., but the only difference is that this guy has higher testosterone and this guy has lower testosterone. The guy with the higher testosterone will have more muscle mass and lower fat than the guy with the less testosterone, which is crazy considering literally everything else is the same, and the one factor that is like differentiating them is their testosterone. Not to mention that your hormones and testosterone also controls things like sleep, mood, mental health, etc., all of which I've mentioned before are also extremely important in being shredded, having an aesthetic physique, whatever your fitness goals are, right? And because tonka ali and ashwagandha both boost testosterone and also reduce like stress and like mental anxiety and whatnot, they're both really good supplements to add into your daily supplement stack. And ashwagandha also supposedly makes your dick bigger, so go get some. Next up is Shilajit. This is actually pretty similar to ashwagandha and tonka ali in that it also boosts testosterone naturally, but it also has like a lot of minerals which help with nutrient absorption and cognitive function, as well as like a bunch of other benefits. Next up is vitamin B5. This is actually a lesser known supplement. This doesn't help with an aesthetic physique as much as the other supplements that I mentioned earlier on this list does, but I take it because it helps acne, and it still also does improve hormones and also like brain function, which again are super important to having an aesthetic physique as well. So it's a good supplement to throw in there. And so those are all the supplements that I take regularly every day that helps me go from this to this. It's important to note that these supplements are aimed for improving my general health by optimizing my hormones, my general well-being, and just making sure that my day-to-day life is healthier. And in doing so, it makes getting shredded or more aesthetic or even more jacked, whatever your fitness goal may be, a lot easier while also being healthy at the same time. If I could only choose 3 on this list to add into my supplement stack and nothing else, I would probably choose creatine, magnesium, and beef liver. These 3 things probably have the highest positive impacts compared to everything else on the list. But everything else on the list is still like very good. So if you have the resources, I would definitely invest and also add these into your supplement stack. Now, after hearing about all the benefits of these supplements, you might be like super excited and be like, oh my God, let me go like buy some ashwagandha right now. And you'd be like typing in Amazon.com ashwagandha because it'll make your pee-pee bigger. But it's important to note that in terms of general health and fitness and getting an aesthetic physique, 90% of the results will come from you having good habits like exercising and weightlifting regularly, eating a good whole clean foods diet, and getting good sleep. These habits will get you like 90% of the results of what you're going for, and only after you get these 3 habits down should you go for like the additional like 10%, which is like supplements, like other like biohacking stuff, etc., etc. So bottom of the line, these supplements are very good and very important and also will definitely help, but make sure you have your habits locked in first. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Actually, I've launched a Discord community where I'm like envisioning that it will be like a community of people who are also like on self-improvement, and where we can just like, chat and discuss and help each other like grow and improve, because it's really important where like the people that you spend time with and surround yourself with, and kind of also like the content that you consume, all have a huge impact on like your mindset and how much progress you make in actual self-improvement as well. And so I'm hoping that in creating this community, we'll all be surrounded by like like-minded people, and that'll help us all progress faster. The link to my Discord is in the bio. It's completely free, but yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.